it's okay. Life in the classroom, which is fine because that's what you sign up for. You sign up for the fact that you're going to be sick a lot, which is great. Anyway, this little video is about the biggest problem with mallet percussion instruments is that they start to look like fuzz heads. You know, this is the way they look very quickly. And then what do? The middle blows out and the ends get fuzzy and you say, wow. And so I go to a friend years ago and say, hey, can you wrap these mallets for me? Because there's nothing wrong with them, just re-wrap them. And he said, you know, just buy a new set. I said, okay. But in a lot of ways, I'm conservative in a liberal sort of way. I'm conservative in a liberal sort of way. I don't want to throw these away. I just want to make them better so I can use them. And after a little thought, I figured out a way to make them work. And that takes a little time. I realize that. And you can do this. What you need is a mallet that's blown out, which I know you have. And then you need yarn, which I know you can find anywhere. And then you're going to find a needle that has a huge eye in it because you need a big eye to get that yarn through it, okay? I tried to find ones that had some that had the little hook, and I couldn't find any. This will work, just your basic, you can see it against that white board, that's great. Just a white, just a needle. And it doesn't have to be sharp necessarily, but just a little needle. Got it? Yeah, you got it. And so you put the yarn through and you use a double thread. So you get your, I'm going to use that was a marimba mallet, and this is a American drum mallet, not plugging them necessarily, and this one really isn't blown out yet, but I'm going to redo it anyway because it's just too loud. You know, sometimes our mallets are just, oh my goodness, it's too loud. What do? So you take your needle, move up so you can see a little bit better. So you've got the needle, right? I shake like a leaf, so I'm sorry about that. And you, hang on. So you, trying to get the best angle here. You're just going to put it through like so. Let me get it through a few more threads. You're going to put it through like so, right? And then you're going to pull all of this through, blah, 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 blah. And then like, what's the embroidery? So you're basically going to use an embroidery thing where you go once and then you go back. And so I go back to here, got it? And then I pull it through. And so I've got one stitch. You can't really see that. Let me see. There you got one. And then I'm going to go back. And I'm going not the way the mallet's woven. It's woven from north to south, but I'm going to go east-west. Okay? And I'm just going to pull this through and do a bunch of these. And it doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to work. And so in short order, you go around the entire thing, around the entire mallet. And if you want, you can go north to south, but it really doesn't matter. What you're using is the existing thread you're using the existing thread right here that's almost gone. That's almost gone. And then you're going to just wrap it. Now, for mallets like this that are almost gone, okay, the first thing I would do is wrap it around this way. And then I would go in at the very top and then go this way and this way. Let me give you here's a mallet that done. So here's an American drum mallet, right? And it's not pretty. Come on, focus, you crazy thing. It's focused on me. Let me see. Yeah, you see, it's kind of ugly, but who cares? It works. So here's one. Here's an American drum mallet. You can see that I've gone east to west here, and then I went north to south. Let me put it that way. Then I go into the bottom, and I go this way, and I go that way. You can figure it out. It's not rocket science. And this way, I've taken a mallet that would eventually break off, and then this would go, and this would go, and you'd have rubber. Once it gets to rubber, you're pretty much, anyway, fill in the blank. When it's in this shape, you can use the existing structure, the existing thing that came from the factory or from the Asian who made 2 cents a day, right? Even though the company makes millions of dollars. And then you can use this to support your new mallet. From this to this, or to this.